It's your boy, Father Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? This your first time tuning in. Go ahead. Hit doggone subscribe button. Hit notification bell. Every time I post up new content. Also, like, share, and hype this video, whatever the fuck that means. Uh, listen, people. Crazy Uncle gonna tell y'all something right fast. And guess what? This shit is not coming up. Hold on. Let's see what we got here. Crazy Uncle gonna tell y'all something. Okay, we good. So we good. The sound is good. Now I asked a question, and yes, taste the beverage. It's close enough to 12 to me. Yesterday it was 15 till. Today is like 42 and change till. Right? So hey. And it's just for the simple fact that hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I probably had the most outstanding breakfast, or probably brunch if you call it. I had me a T-bone steak. Just the steak. I ain't want nothing else. You know? Gotta keep up what little bit of muscle-tone that I got left. But don't get it twisted, people. Crazy Uncle still skull drug your ass, right? Be like what old boy said on what that movie? Trading Places. I'll rip out your eyes and piss on your brain when it comes to that gym. Don't do look, just because I'm 53 and I got this gray, don't let the gray hair fool you. So, but in other case, right? Shout out. This is another clip from 8 on the Table. It said men are tired of paying for every date. And this, whoever the fuck she is, right? So she pushed back. So for most of y'all, it's probably lunchtime for some of y'all. I know y'all can't drink or whatever, but I want y'all to actually really look at the crazy motherfucker, all them goddamn stories that come on CBS and ABC. And I don't even think soap operas come on no more. You know, I think they actually done away with the soapbox. But in either case, let's sit back and enjoy whatever the fuck happens here. All right, let's go.
For a man to try to use a woman for a free meal, like what do you?
Why?
Hold on.
It's crazy for a man to try to use a woman for a free meal. Like what are you?
Why is that? Well,
What are you doing?
why is that?
So she said it's crazy for a man to try to get over on a woman for a free meal. Did you pay for it? See, again, I can't. I mean, now whatever the question that he's gonna ask, let's see what he's gonna ask first.
Crazy. We both eat.
Yeah.
So he said, okay. So basically, he said, now, correct the fact, I don't know the parameters of a podcast, right? But I'm just looking at some fact. Okay, hey, look, you know. I'm just like, okay, don't sit up here and say that a motherfucker is trying to get over on you for a free meal. Because first and foremost, I mean, great the fact this is on, I mean, you look at it like this, people. I don't call it getting over. Regardless of what side of the fence that is on, right? You could get dicked down like you ain't never been dicked down before, right? He didn't eat pussy, he didn't eat ass, he didn't eat everything that's, I don't want to say edible, right? But he didn't lick you in them, he didn't lick you in the right places. And so because I could crazy, I could look at this usually in so many ways, so it's ridiculous, right? You know that's why they need motherfuckers. They need. I swear, some of these podcasts, I swear, They need a motherfucker like me to come on their podcast and actually really put people straight. Plain and simple. You got dick down. You had to buy that motherfucker dinner because your ass don't know how to cook. Pay attention to that because that's gonna come up later. All right, let's go.
My whole thing is just again, I say it to the women, but it's just like if you don't have money and you're broke, you should not be dating.
No,
You
no.
shouldn't be trying to sign up.
I'm talking about being hungry.
Okay, so now he talking about being hungry. So what is classified? What is you know, and I heard somebody else say this. You know, they asked the same question. I was just like, okay, so what is? I mean, what do you classify? And women, let's do it, right? What is classified being broke? Don't worry, I'll wait. I mean, because I know I know people now that are dating broke motherfuckers now, right? And I'm just like, really? So this is what the fuck we do. Play this. I'm 53 years old. I just play this. I've seen enough in my lifetime to know how much power the dick has, right? The dick will make women just know that the dick will make you do some rather fucked up shit. Depending on, you know, and for the most part, right? It really don't even matter. It really don't even matter who's doing it. I mean, because or who you are as a woman, rather. I mean, because think about it. Okay, take a person like me, right? I ain't got no job because I'm a motherfucker retired. I take care of all this shit here, right? And you know, for the most part, right, I be like, you know. Crazy uncle will never tell you that he got good dick. Because, to be perfectly honest, I don't know. Yes, I'm married. Yes, my wife is crazy about me. But she's crazy about me not just off of dick alone. Okay? I'm just putting it out there. But when it's time to suit up or whatever, especially, I got this shit here going in, right? Council Christmas, you know. But my whole deal is, apparently he dicked you down like beyond belief. You nutted like about 3-4 times. See, you know, cause see, I already know. Ain't nobody gonna let me come on their show and talk the way that I'm talking now, right? I mean, because as y'all know, Crazy Uncle ain't got no goddamn filter. I'm gonna tell you how this shit go, right? Plain and simple. And just know 9 times out of 10, she got dick down beyond belief. Because I know what, because the thing about all this, I know how y'all women operate. Y'all will look a motherfucker up and down so many times, right? Chances are y'all looking for the dick print, but just know. I mean, y'all can look at what the fuck I got on now, right? You even see no dick print nowhere on me, right? I'm like a horse. This motherfucker don't come out when it's time to fuck. I'm just telling you what's happening, right? So I'm just like, what you looking at, right? And you know, I don't believe in that show or grower shit. You know, I'm just like, motherfucker, I'm a horse. Okay? There's some bitch don't come. I drop my draw now. Y'all won't. I'm not gonna say that y'all won't see shit, but you know, I'm just like, I'm the horse. I'm the horse, right? So hey. So let's go.
Then we could be
Yeah.
friends, and I will buy you a meal as my friend. Why are we on a date? You're in no position to be in a relationship.
But in
Okay, so what is okay, by definition, what is a date? Right? Because friends can go on dates. Right? So, bitch, really. Where you going with this?
I'm in no position to be in a relationship that we're going to be 50-50 in, that we're going to be equals in.
Well, I wouldn't be in that dynamic.
You don't want to be an equal with your partner.
I want to be equal with my partner, but I feel like
Okay, so hold on. Let's finish.
my philosophies I have for myself, I have for my partner. So my philosophy for myself is I need to be able to provide for myself before I join lives with somebody else. If you're in a position where you cannot afford to eat, I will help you as a friend, but that means that you shouldn't be in a predicament to.
But that's not what I'm saying. Because
Okay, so I mean, motherfucker, what he talking about right now? You know, everybody is always gonna be in a position to eat, right? You can have food in a refrigerator, right? You can have plenty of food in a refrigerator, right? But at the same time, though, I mean, look, I'm looking at it like this. Hold on, y'all. People they doing the most. So people take care of themselves. Now, unless you ain't got no job, you have no type of income. Hold on, y'all. This shit here, good material. So put it like this. Look, people. It's just like I said, unless you just like homeless, you dirty, you dusty, you smelling like 10 pounds of get down, or a bucket of chitlins, which that can also be classified as 10 pounds of get down, or you smelling like doggone burnt piss and shit, right? Then in other time, yeah, you put it like this, you gonna make that money. Right? And put it like this, if you selling dick, then hey. If you selling pussy, then hey. Right? But motherfuckers, put it like this, a motherfucker can always eat. And so my whole deal is like this, people. When it comes to dating, right? I just look at it like this, and this is something that I've told younger men this, right? And just for the simple fact, right? Hey, look, this is the first date. You ain't gotta come off with the money. I'm trying to know you. If I mean, put it like this. Everybody is, I don't want to say a millionaire, but people have money. You can invest in any goddamn thing. Look at, okay, prime example, New York Stock Exchange, right? You can buy stock in anything, right? Depending on the price, depending on how new they are, and then you looking at the potential. If like this, if they got that new product, and then they tell you, hey, look, this is some new shit, right? They got the toilet bowl 3000, right? It got the little shit, it rotate, right? So when you sit your ass on the toilet, right? You got a clean seat, and then you either piss or shit, right? It's gonna wipe you off, whatever. Hey, look, invest in this product. So you do it. So they say, okay, what's the starting price? And they tell you. And then you be like, okay, I want 10 shares at whatever the fuck it is, right? Because you really ain't too sure about it, right? Or you can just say, well, fuck it, I'm gonna go balls to the wall. I want 100 shares of the toilet 3000, right? And then that motherfucker take off, right? Now that's the New York Stock Exchange. You can't do that with no bitch. You can't do that with no nigga. You know, I'm just saying. Let me see what you look like first. And I'm over talking because I didn't seen this shit already, right? But I want y'all to listen to how stupid this motherfucker sounds. Most women sound y'all. This is how y'all sound, and then y'all wonder why don't nobody want to date y'all motherfucking ass. Y'all ask for too much right out the gate, right? You know, hold on. Cause there's no. I'm gonna let this run out, and then I'm gonna tell y'all how the crazy uncle do shit. If I was motherfucking saying.
Because I'm able to provide for myself because I showed up to the date alive. Okay, so I've clearly been eating.
Okay, motherfucker, he didn't even have to say that. I mean, I get what he's saying, and I said something similar. But the thing about it, though, okay, y'all listen. You know, once I'm done with this, y'all go back and listen to what he said, and then y'all go back and listen to what the fuck I said, and you tell me which one that sounds better. Okay.
This sounds like there's some deeper problems.
No, it's not a deep problem. I'm asking a serious question because it's okay for us to spend money on y'all, right?
Mhm.
But y'all don't want to spend money on us sometimes.
Well, not sometimes. It depends.
All the time.
It's well, number one, again, the men normally spend money on the women because you're the one asking. So that's where that comes in. If I'm
Why aren't you asking?
I don't want to.
That's cap.
Yeah, that's bullshit all the goddamn day long.
Women be like, when are we gonna go on a date? That's your way of asking. If you ask when are we gonna go on a date, or I
don't
have to
say
go on
that.
a date, or
Bitch, trust me. You are not all of that in the bag of chips. And this is the crazy uncle telling you this, right? And you know, for the most part, right? You know, now, great the fact, I don't know the average age on everybody on this panel, but just looking at it, except for old boy, right? I'm just like, I mean, I would just say anywhere from late 20s, mid 30s, mid to late, mid 20s, going into late 30s, possibly 40s. Okay, so let's go.
hey, before we do this, I have whatever fantasy rule that you made up in your own brain of
I'm not a
2,
fan
3
of
dates.
that. I'm not a
But
fan
I'm just
of
saying it's happening. So
Yeah.
like women are, subconsciously asking for dates, just like they subconsciously ask for marriage.
Mhm.
Oh, I want a ring before this happened. Oh, I want to get married. I want to be married by this age. And niggas looking at her like, damn, you just really asked me to marry you without really asking. So they do all of this like beating around the bush ways of asking.
While saying they're direct.
Yeah, while saying they're direct. Yeah. You should have known because I told you 17 hints.
Well, yeah, no, you should be direct. But again, this is why you have these conversations in the beginning of like, if we both went into this dynamic with marriage in mind, and now 7 years has gone by, you knew that this is what I wanted, and we're
Hold on, wait a minute, wait. See how you jump. You done went from now. Put it like this. I get it. Sometimes it's love at first sight. And honestly, when I met my wife at the tender age of, well, just know I wasn't as far as like age goes, right? I don't think that I was 10 years old when I saw Nisha for the first time, right? And for me, right, you know, I look at how we once were. And I know I told this story plenty of times, but I look at how we once were. I would give her candy, you know. I always make because she loved candy, right? You know, and it was like I was good until I ran out of candy, right? I mean, now some people might look at it like, see, okay, they started early age. Motherfuckers, this was in the late 70s going into the early 80s, right? You know, so and again, shout out to Mama Clayton, you know, but Mama didn't raise her daughters to be that way. Or at least I can truly honestly say that with my wife, right? You know, she could be like, okay, you know, Nisha, I mean, my wife, you know, she was I won't say that she was Daddy's little girl, but as much as she talks about her father, right? You know, I can truly honestly say, you know, she was Daddy's little girl, you know. So and I just try to and you know, for the most part, you know, uh I would have to let her tell y'all that, you know, but you know, I just, you know, I don't know, maybe I carry some of the same characteristics as her father did, you know, but you know, I'm going back to how young we were, and then we was. I don't want to say that we were in love, but we were very fond of each other, and then we separated. She married, and then I went into the army, and damn near 30 years went by. I didn't know where she was at. She didn't know where I was at. But it's just for the simple fact that Yahweh made that shit happen. We got back together. Right? So it is what it is. You know, I'm just like, I mean, you could put like this. I say all that to say this. How you jump from the first date to walking down the goddamn aisle? I mean, that's the starter, but I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna let y'all. I'm gonna let this shit play out, and I want y'all to listen to what this bitch got to say. Let's go.
Having that conversation, and it's like, hey, you know, I was wondering by this. It's like, well, that's
Well, why don't you just
guys
take the
already had
initiative
that.
then?
Take initiative to propose.
She already said she's not even asking a man for a date.
Yeah.
So she's not her saying not proposal, but her saying changing up her whole script is not going to happen. She's not even asking a man for a date. She's not asking a man for food. He's got to be able to provide, not shelter or anything, because I can take care of myself. So I'm saying, like, why isn't it we both go in this 50-50? I'm not saying we got to split the check, but like, you know, you get a date, I get a date, something like
I
that.
think once you're in a relationship, I can.
We have to
understand
get
that.
to the relationship. If
No.
you come in and you attempt to date me and I'm paying for everything, why do I want to be in a relationship with you? I don't want to provide for you. You're not a child.
Or are you?
I mean, I guess it just depends because like I think and agree that it's okay for a girl to pick up the tab for a guy that she likes to show him of like, hey, I'm here too. Like my dad like taught me that of like, yo, like you and your boyfriend, you once in a while surprise him that like you know
Surprise him.
Once
Yeah,
in
like
a
you
while,
guys can-
surprise him is crazy.
yeah, and in the sense of like
Okay, so again, so now I get it. They both said surprise, like, bitch, what the fuck? I mean, because it's quite obvious she's independent, and which that's what the fuck I prefer, right? I want crazy uncle wants you to be independent. Make your own money. Damn right. Anyway, that's what the fuck I prefer, right? Crazy uncle wants you to be independent. Go out there and make your own shit. That way, you know, you ain't putting that big of a strain on my goddamn pocket. You know, it's just like what I told y'all Just like what I told y'all yesterday, right? Yep, there it is. You know, so but you know, it's just one of those deals that my wife works, right? But here it is that okay, I'm sitting on my ass, you know, I'm drinking before 12 o'clock, which put like this, if you had the type of job that I had for 21 years, you would soon use the phrase, hey, guess what? It's 5 o'clock some guy. Right? So, just like right now, it's 5 o'clock some damn where. But my whole deal is this. I'm still old school. I want my wife to sit down too. That's why I'm trying to fight for this other 30. Right? It's just like when I told y'all, it's like when I told y'all yesterday, right? If I'm making all this goddamn money, right? And I'm gone all the time. And you got your ass at the house, wrong goddamn house. If I'm gone, guess what? You finna get gone too, right? And it's just for the simple fact that it's not by force. It should be because you want to be with your husband or your spouse. Baby, I'm horny. I need some dick. Bitch, why you didn't come with me? You know, it's one of those type deals. I know I'm probably getting off subject here, so hold on. Let's go.
That from the perspective of a man who's always paying and because there are some men who will not let a woman pay. Like they be going out their way, they be mailing.
So you just going off of past events, right? And, you know, and I get it, you know, for the most part, right? Can we really say that it's in a man's nature to pay? Some may say yes, some may say no, right? You know, because, and y'all actually really forget, you know, everybody want to holler about traditional this, traditional that, traditional the other. But by definition, what does it actually really mean to be traditional? A lot of y'all done actually really forgot that. Motherfucker, looking up the definition. Because that's their definition of what traditional is, right? Let's go back to a time where it wasn't, which that's kind of actually really hard to prove too, but you have to actually really go back to a time where that unless motherfuckers left some shit on the wall, right? Don't nobody actually really know what traditional is. And so that actually really goes back to a lot of these YouTubers that do content. I mean, motherfuckers will holler about traditional this, traditional that. Do you really know what motherfucking traditional is? And I'm not talking about what the fuck you saw your parents do or your grandparents do. Or in my case, my great-grandparents did. Because see, here's the deal. 9 times out of 10, I'm probably one of the select few that Yahweh actually really saw. He allowed me to see my great-grandparents, my great-grandma on both sides, right? And they outlived their husbands. Now, granted fact, I don't know what the fuck they did. It could be just for the simple fact that, hey, the man worked until he couldn't motherfucking work no more. He got sick. medicines at the time wasn't like how they are now. And everybody wake up one day and then shit, great grandpa dead. I don't know what the fuck happens, but you know, but even then, you know, regardless of what people look at as being traditional, I mean, to be a traditional husband, to be a traditional wife, that is a very vague statement. It's almost you can pretty much say the exact same shit. It's like, okay, well, what the fuck does it actually really truly mean to be normal? I'm just putting it out there. So let's go. Let's go.
You checks back to your house. Absolutely not. I'm paying for this date. So it's just like some of them it's like, all right, they won't take it. But it's like if a man will, it's like, okay, like that's a nice thing. But
But okay, but again, like, okay, why would a man do that in the first part? I mean, so you know, and this is why I hate. I should have. Let me just let this shit go.
Why? Okay. And audience, you guys can answer this question too because I haven't understand it. Why should a woman show that she's capable of doing things if she's going to remove the things that she's shown that she's capable to do when she dates the man?
well, you'd only be removing it based
Why
upon
should
what are
she
the
remove
agreements.
the things?
Yeah, like
I
you go out to
understand.
dates now, right?
Okay, what agreements are we talking?
With your friends.
Yeah.
Do you split the bill?
Mhm.
Okay. So you
Sorry, you like your friends too, right?
Yeah, but my friends aren't trying to fuck me.
Okay, so it's the sex then.
that's the only difference.
I mean, yeah, I think with exclusivity to your body, there should be some type of
So you would give
differentiation.
more to your friends in terms of monetary value than
No,
you
no,
would
no,
give
no,
to
no,
a
no, no, no,
relationship?
no. I would pay money for dates with my friends, and I would pay money for dates again with my boyfriend. But in the courting period, if a man is trying to tell me of, hey, I want to date you, I think during that period, you should then pay. After that, cool. Again, I'm saying I'm okay even in that period if I really like you. Of if I have an idea for a date, I'll pay. That's normally my philosophy. Meaning, if I say I want to go rock climbing and it costs $120 to go rock climbing,
I mean, as long as you go up first, I need to see what the booty look like. Okay, you know, I mean, that's my mentality. No, I'm not gonna go rock climbing nowhere. I mean, now I always wanted to go up Pinnacle Mountain, which that's here in Arkansas. But it's, I mean, however you want to look at, you know, crazy uncle, you know, at times, you know, I can have that sex crazed mind and like, ooh, if we get up high enough, and depending on who the fuck is up there, yeah, I want to see Swede, we go fuck on Pinnacle Mountain. I mean, but it's again, you know, the 5 minute rule. You can learn a whole lot about a person within 5 minutes. It's just for the simple fact, right? You know, you have to act like really bring the shit out of them. But then again, sometimes they'll just act like really just tell you what the fuck, like right off. And you know, and that, you know, and for the most part, this is what kills me about some people. People holler about keep it real, keep it real, keep it real, keep it real. Ain't nobody gonna actually really keep it real, which motherfucker can look at your body and be like, ooh, I wanna fuck. Right? But they ain't gonna tell you that shit like right off. They ain't gonna tell you that shit right off. And that's on both sides of the coin. I mean, because they talking about so it's about the sex thing, right? You know, but I was talking to my friend a few days back, right? And you know, for the most part, you know, I just look at it like this, right? Knowing how most women would charge for pussy, if and it's pretty much like what I said with the whole Club Shay Shay and Takari Williams deal, right? I mean, she's like, okay, $140, $140. So that's $70 a piece, right? If you expect for a motherfucker to drop their drawers at $70, and if she do it, yeah, that's a cheap trick right there, plain and simple. I'm just like, well, damn. Hell, I could have just gave you the $70. You could have dropped your shit. I could have bent your ass over at the table at my house. And again, we gonna come to that, right? I'm just telling you, right? Look, sometimes you gotta be able to cut out the middleman. And I'm gonna leave it at that, and we're gonna continue.
I will come to that date with $120 and I wouldn't expect you to pay because it was my idea. I'm asking you. But I think if the guy who most of the time is the one putting it together, then that's how it would be.
All right, my question is essentially women like yourself want to be able to pay for their own ways as an adult, correct?
Yeah.
Now, that means you have to work or you have to find a way to get money on a weekly, daily, monthly basis, right? You're 26 years old, so let's just say you've been getting funds since you were 18, hypothetically. So for 8 years, you've proven to be a capable woman, adulting woman, or a woman that's able to adult, right?
Mhm.
Now, the second a man comes in, whatever you've been doing, you are now removed those responsibilities from yourself, and he takes over those responsibilities. So the question that I have is, what was the purpose of even showing that you can do it or proving to yourself that you can do it when you ultimately are not trying to do that? Instead of maybe trying to study for 8 years on how to get the man that's going to do what you want him to do versus you figuring out how to adult just so you cannot adult.
I mean, I think you should figure out how to adult to just survive.
Okay, then. So here's the deal. I like to think that this is the key point of the conversation because this motherfucker, he just answered his own question. And then this bitch here, she was
Regardless of.
hold on. She was too stupid to realize that he just answered his own question. If you're capable to do it, hey, I got my money. I got my dough. But you know, age ain't never a number. At least that's what the fuck they tell me. But you know, at 26, like really, what the fuck do you know at 26? Unless you actually really been around that type of environment, you know, not to say that you had to grow up early. And which, for the most part, that's another thing. I hate when motherfuckers say, ooh, he had to grow up early, or she had to grow up early, or they had to grow up early. No, they just say you caught it before everybody else. It may not make sense. You know, I probably just said the exact same thing, but the thing about it though is this. Everybody don't catch it the same way. So how the fuck you gonna actually really call it growing up early? Right? Everybody is retarded at a certain level. Being retarded is not a bad thing, people. Just because he caught it before you did, or he caught it before you did, then that's on them. Now, what are the point? Now, here's the contributing factor. They caught it before you did. So now the $64,000 question is this. What are they going to do with it? What are they going to do with it? Right? See, that's how this, you know, and that's I told that one college professor. I told her, look, everybody motherfucking retarded. Right? Everybody's motherfucking retarded. Everybody, I give a fuck how you look at it. Everybody's motherfucking retarded. Because as smart as the crazy uncle is, there's some shit right to this day that I don't, that it's gonna take me a minute to catch it. Right? But once I catch it, I'm like, motherfucker. And you know, and sometimes the shit is like right there in your face. Now, the question becomes, did he know what the fuck that he was talking about? Or was he like so intrigued or entranced of what the fuck she was talking about? Because 9 times out of 10, he probably trying to fuck. Plain and simple. Let's go.
Who you want to date? You have to just know how to take care of yourself. Because even if you're in a relationship and that something happens to that person, it's like you need the skill set to be okay by yourself. So it's like if I'm a functioning adult, we get into a relationship. Me personally, I'm going to proceed on doing those skills. The only time that dynamic changes is if a man takes over that financial responsibility and then might say, "Hey, I want you."
I know. See, this is what happens when you think that you know what the fuck you talking about. He just said that she was not down to be 50-50. Right? Be independent. So if you paying 100, right? Why would you not do 50-50? That's a downgrade, meaning that you ain't got to come up with as much money as you once did. But the thing, but see, here, the thing about 50-50 is this. It put like this. Everybody's stuck on 50-50. With 50-50, in all honesty, is probably roughly 30% of the whole 100. Y'all just looking at motherfucking bills. Y'all not looking at the whole equation. And then again, you know, when I say this, it's one of those deals that, okay, what is a woman's duty when it comes to a relationship? Whether y'all in that real deep shit, which is damn near close to marriage, right? Or y'all actually really trying to figure each other out, right? And the only reason why I say this is because in this neighborhood that I stay in right now, right? I see women out here cutting grass. I've seen women with companies out here cutting grass. So it's cutting grass, doing landscaping work. Is that actually really classified as a man's job? Or is it just actually really a job, regardless who's actually really pushing the lawnmower, who's doing the weed eating, or who actually really got the blower, making sure that the person's, whoever the fuck you cut the grass, it's gonna go a hell of a lot easier than with you out there with a goddamn broom. Y'all work is y'all work, regardless of who the fuck do it. I've seen women in their 60s and 70s out there cutting grass. A lot of women want to stay busy, right? Don't nobody actually really, I think like with people so hung up on what happened in the 70s, whenever the fuck that women's liberation came around, right? You know, they look at it and be like, oh, I can do that. I can do that just as good as you, if not better. And they're like, okay, go on and do it right fast. See what the fuck happens. Right? And and what I'm about to say, dare I say it, right? I just think a lot of this shit is MK Ultra. They say they killed it, right? But all I'm saying is this. I'm not saying that, hey, guess what? Sit on your ass. Let the man handle shit. That's apparently that's what the fuck a lot of y'all want. But it's just for some fact, right? If you sit on your ass, then there's no crazy uncle need to know if you know how to cook and clean and fuck. If you gotta watch motherfucking training DVDs or internet tapes, whatever the fuck did you call it? Hey, you finna do something. You just know you finna do something. You just not just finna sit up on your ass and be on your phone and order shit that I gotta motherfucking pay for. No, that is not how that's one song that now would be played on the goddamn record player. A lot of y'all don't even know what the motherfucking record player is. Right? But I'm just telling you how the crazy uncle look at shit. All what the fuck did this motherfucker want right here? Just because she thinks she's pretty with that booty, with that fucked up damn hairdo, right? That ain't even a real hair. And again, we talk about keeping it real this, keeping it real that, keeping it real other, right? I'm bald headed. Yes, it's by choice, right? Because the first time I let this shit grow out more than what the fuck I wanted to do, then I'm gonna have to pay some motherfucking money, right? I'm not trying to do that. Crazy uncle is always about saving money. So that way I can spend it on shit like this. So, hey, let's go.
To stay home, and now I have a different list of responsibilities with that I'm trading my time for. But I feel like in the beginning, I don't know.
So this question stems from the simple fact that some men, myself included, feel as if women like to play dangerous games with men. And an example of this would be going out to Mastro's or Ocean Prime, and you're seeing him order a $300, $400 bottle of wine. You're seeing him get the seafood towel.
Okay, why the fuck would you do that first and foremost, right? I'm not gonna do all that on the first date. I really ain't. But let's continue.
Where that's like another 200. You're seeing him, you're watching him really get invested into you in one moment, and then to pull the plug on him and expecting him not to have a certain.
Well, see, that's a dumb move on his part. Plain and simple. So again, right? That. Oh, there it is. I forget it's Wednesday, but I hear it, but I know y'all can't hear it. But that's a dumb move on his part, right? First and foremost, don't never show your cards. And so for the most part, right? Most men, they do this. They show their cards like right off. You trying to impress, but here's the deal. Here's the deal with the crazy uncle. Right? You see somebody, and I'll be the first one. Put it this: crazy uncle be the first one to tell you, right? I'm that motherfucker. So for the most part, right? If I see you and just know that this happened to me a few years back. I already know my wife from kill me when I say this, but it was this one. I went to the liquor store up here off Broadway, And it was just one woman. You know, and I don't know what the fuck it was at that particular moment. But the first time that I saw that woman behind the counter, my dick got, it just like, it got hard in the motherfucker. It was hard enough to could die. But I was just like, okay, hey, calm down. You're married. You know, but now, had it been where that I was single and my dick got hard like that, then yeah, chances are I probably would have tried to push the issue. I mean, because the thing about it though, the vibe was there. You know, at least that's what the fuck I felt. And it really probably when it did too much of nothing. You know, a drink here, a drink there, then yeah, yaka yaka yaka. You know, but it's and you know, I say all that to say this because if I didn't saw you already, and if the vibe is there for sex, and again, you know, you see, I've been watching this shit too damn long, but you know, but if the vibe there, if you know, if I feel that vibe, you know, for sex, but just know I'm not gonna doggone come off of I'm not gonna buy a $300 bottle of wine just to impress you, right? I could do that just by talking. Because I could say some real serious shit that'll make you pussy wet. And then I give you a cheap bottle of wine, right? And just know you gonna come out them draws. You know, because I I won't say that I have the gift of the gab. But I know how to use the gift of the gab towards my wife. Right? You know, but it's just that if you really know how to work that mouthpiece, it's just for the simple fact the average motherfucker, they gonna look at the simple fact, ooh, he got wine, he got this, he got that, not knowing how much he didn't pay for that bottle of wine. Nice fancy restaurant, right? He was like, hey, what you want to eat? Chances are your pussy gonna get wet just because. And this is what the fuck this is what the fuck a lot of women don't, they will never admit it. Yes, they try to eat, but just know that that pussy wet too. Right? And it could be wet for you. And then it's all about how you cross that motherfucking goal line. Right? If you cross, put like this, first and goal, or this first, put like this, it could be first and goal at the 1 inch line, right? Or it could be first and goal at the 1 yard line, right? You call the play. You trying to score. It's always, put like this, you could do that halfback option, or you could do a fade, right? How about you take the halfback option? Just as the Seattle Seahawks, what they did against the Patriots, right? That motherfucker tried to throw a pass. Guess what? I don't know what the fuck happened. Let's finish this shit out.
Certain type of reaction.
This is the first date.
First date.
And so if it's the first date, I believe that there's some flexibility for me to decide if I like you or not. So I can go there kind of on the fence. But if I get there and then I decide, actually, I don't like you, I see you ordering all this stuff.
Okay, then so you should have actually already knew that before the first date even happened. You should have said, no, I'm good. I mean, you nice and all, but the vibe ain't there. The vibe ain't there, right? You know, and then it actually really kind of goes back to, I know what I said, you know, I'm trying not to sound out of both sides of my mouth, but you know, it's just sometimes when you look at it, right, you really got to actually really stop and think about, okay, What's going on here? Down boy, right? Her pussy might stink for all the fuck you know. Collateral control. I could actually really um, admit to motherfucking collateral, control or damage control. Crazy uncle don't always get it all the time. Okay, let's go.
I probably would start to get nervous because I'm just like, oh, I don't know who you are. I probably would dip out early and just like,
So if you don't know, why ask to go on a date? The first date is the most important. You see how stupid this bitch sounds? Okay, I know. Hello.
peace out. I wouldn't even like stay there for the bill because my whole thing is I'm like, listen, I appreciate everything that you did, but just so you can have nothing to say to me of, oh, you ate. No, I did not. I will put this fork down right now and I will go to the bathroom and you can have that. Because my whole thing is that like I don't expect like I wouldn't expect to eat that whole meal and then just sit here and be like, oh, sorry, I don't like you because it's like, well, you spent all that money.
Okay, so for the most part, right, I'm done with that, but it's just for the simple fact, right? With a lot of damn, with a lot of men, in which I said a lot of this earlier, a lot of men will put all their cards on the table as if it's you motherfucking playing poker, right? Well, motherfuck poker. We gonna play Uno No Mercy. Right? I know y'all don't know what Uno No Mercy is, but just know a few, probably about a month and a half ago, me and the wife, along with my nephew, and then the dude that we actually look after, right? We went to Walmart, and we wanted to do a game or whatever. And so we saw Uno, and then we saw Uno No Mercy. I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't drink, don't get high. You actually really have to be motherfucking sober to actually really play that goddamn game. That is one game that never ends. Right? And so unless you ready for the game to not end, go on and play Uno No Mercy. I already know what the fuck that y'all don't. Y'all don't. I get what a lot of y'all, it's some, and just because of this particular show, I get what a lot of y'all say, or I get what my wife says. I'll say something and I go to the next subject, not really explaining the next subject. But as far as like I'm concerned, I mean, I've been doing this shit long enough. You already know that this is how the fuck I'm gonna come at y'all. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna come across it. I'm gonna say what I got to fuck to feel, and I'm gonna give you examples. And then if you don't catch it, oh fucking well, you just old next Tuesday motherfucker. Plain and simple, right? I ain't got time to explain shit to you in burning terms or barney terms. I ain't got no time for that shit. I got other shit that I'm trying to do, right? But and then again, who's to say, right? This is the reason that a lot of motherfuckers know I don't get the views that I get or the views that I want, because even with the 132 nieces and nephews, I just feel like a lot of y'all don't actually really get to carry crazy uncle, right? But as an uncle, right? I'm probably like the closest thing to your dad, if not even closer. Y'all just gonna have to actually really gonna have to like really sit down and break down what the fuck it is that I'm actually really trying to tell y'all. I mean, to me, it's clear, it's simple. I didn't explain everything to y'all. Why does the man have to pay for every date? I told y'all about what the fuck it is to be traditional. A lot of y'all don't know what it is to be, you know, a traditional wife, husband, whatever the case may be, right? Define the word traditional to me. The word, by definition, the word traditional is very vague. Just like the word normal is very vague. Because there's actually like really no true definition of what it is to be traditional. There's no true definition of what it is to be normal. Right? Vague, put like this, if you really can't actually stop and put a finger on it, because it's just for the simple fact, that's like, okay, well, that's a matter of opinion. It's some words that have concrete definitions. And it's up to y'all to actually really find out what words actually really have concrete definitions. Some of y'all may say none of them. But I know, but you know, it's just for the simple fact, I know bullshit when I see it. Right? A relationship, that's bullshit because is it because it's me and you? Or do we got other motherfuckers involved? When you say an open relationship, what the fuck do you actually really mean by that? The average motherfucker will actually really tell you, hey, guess what? That means that we go out and date other people. You ask the crazy uncle that same definition as far as like an open relationship. That means that I'm open to do whatever the fuck I want to do to you across the board. Meaning, as far as like sex goes, put like this. If I want to ghetto gag your ass, then guess what? You better take it. If I want to stick my dick in your ass, guess what? You better take it. If I want to motherfucking fuck you after you piss, guess what? Come on, bend your ass over. Wipe it off real good, bend your ass over, right? My dick hole. I need to get released. Or even if you bring your ass out the shower, right? Or fuck you before you even get in the shower. Or be like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. You're going to get your ass back in the shower because you finna get dirty right fast. This is what the fuck I call a open relationship, because for one, you already know that person. You already know you already know what their tendencies are. They know what your tendencies are. Right? That's why y'all motherfuckers acting like really can't. That's why, one of the reasons why that y'all can't keep no goddamn body. Y'all, because y'all actually really don't know how to ask. Hey, baby, can I play with your booty? Hey, baby, can I stick my tongue in your ass? Hey, baby, can I stick this finger up your ass? No, I'm not flipping y'all off, but y'all see how long this motherfucker is, right? But, you know, it's just certain shit. Learn to push a motherfucker to the limits. Eventually, because one or two things gonna happen. They either gonna like it or like, you know what, motherfucker, you just a little bit too freaky, a little bit too nasty for me. And then even then, that's bullshit, right? Because depending on who the fuck they got on the roster, and then and again, you gotta watch how they do it. Because the average motherfucker is not gonna take their finger and do that in your asshole. Right? Anybody finna stick their tongue in your asshole. It takes a special type of motherfucker that do shit like that. Plain and simple. Right? A lot of y'all women ain't ready. Listen, a lot of y'all women ain't ready for what a man can actually really provide for y'all. Plain and simple. Because if you did, If you really did, if you truly, honestly did, a lot of you motherfuckers wouldn't cheat. And then that goes for men too. It goes for men too, people. Y'all just don't know. Yeah, but you know, and I don't want to necessarily call it a game. It's just a lot of you motherfuckers don't know how to act. Because you think the person that you with, hey baby, can you lick my asshole? And then, or can you stick your finger up my ass, right? I mean, if that's what the fuck you like, then that's what the fuck you like, right? Crazy uncle, crazy uncle, you know, I'm just telling you know, look, crazy uncle down for whatever. Long as, you know, I mean, but you know, I do this shit with my wife, right? But the thing about it though is that, hey, a lot of you motherfuckers ain't ready. That's why y'all have podcasts like this. That's why y'all have podcasts like, put like this. I done been on one other channel. And then when I was on that one channel, the very first episode that I did brought in the highest views that the channel has ever had. So yeah, 8 on the table or whoever the fuck is out there, go on bring Crazy Uncle on y'all podcast right fast. Watch that shit go to the motherfucking roof. Okay, because for the most part, I know what the fuck I'm talking about, but just know this. I want y'all to actually really pay attention to this shirt here, all right? I ain't got time for this shit. I really don't. You better come. If you call me, you better come correct. I ain't about that bullshit, people. Plain and simple. Don't censor me. Don't do none of that shit. But the first time that you censor me, we're going to have a motherfucking problem. So, this is the first show. I'm going to come back. I'm gonna do some shit right fast. But just know I got another show coming up. It's gonna be on the same channel, right? You know, that 8 on the table. But the thing about it though is this, right? You know, Crazy Uncle, look, Crazy Uncle on one. I'm on a rampage. I'm not gonna say that I'm on a rampage, but hey, Crazy Uncle, I'm gonna tell y'all some shit. So hey, with that being said, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your dad, tell your birthday, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door, across the street, around the corner, Paulus Harris, Crazy Uncle. We're gonna take a little short intermission, and I will be back shortly.